Hello, everyone, and welcome to Against All Odds. Today is a special edition. We have the Hampden County Sheriff's Department with some of their residents and counselors to give an insight of some of their issues from where they were in darkness to where they are now in light. Born in New York, my mother was both a father figure and mother figure. I did not see my father often during my life. I was surrounded by poverty. My maternal grandmother obtained full custody of me. With a new start to life, I still had many demons in my closet. I was always searching for a connection. Anger came out of me, and I took it out on any and everyone that tried to help me. Until a teacher grabbed me by my shirt and said to me, "I am not like everybody in your life that has hurt you." My teacher helped me rebuild my mental strength, graduate from high school, and I received a full football scholarship to American International College. I have helped many young men and women achieve many goals academically, athletically, and personally against all odds. Welcome to Against All Odds. Today, we're a little bit off topic, bringing in kids on my show, talking about their issues, where they were in their life, to where they are now in their life. I have brought in the Hampden County Sheriff's Department and some of the pre-release inmates. I don't even want to say that because it's, categorizing, but pre-release individuals that are working their way back into society. And they're going to give an insight on where they were to where they are now, so that you young kids out there able to say, you know what, I don't want to go down that path. Being in the darkness and then struggling to get to light. So, that being said, I want to welcome Dan Boyea, Melissa Washington.
Thanks for having us, Coach.
Thank you. Hey, thank you for coming in today. And today is a very special day because I don't think the people know other things that the Hampden County Sheriff's Department do for our youth. And I think it needs to be acknowledged. I was a young man, 30-some years ago, and I was a CO. I was one of the youngest COs at 21 years old when it used to be York Street. Mm-hmm. Oh, all those mice. Whew. Third shift. But, so I understand what it is to lock people up, hear their stories. And there's some good people that just made wrong decisions. Mm-hmm. Good people that give good advice. And I'm so happy that you guys are here representing the Hampden County Sheriff's Department. And that being said, enough of me talking. Whoever wants to, I'll start with Melissa. Ladies, beauty before brawn. Mm-hmm. Melissa, let me know what you do at the Hampden County Sheriff's Department.
I am assigned to the minimum pre-release unit, and I've been doing that job for 15 years. So my goal is to release the women to the community in a better note. So what we try to do is get them through education, employment, and housing. Those are the main three things that we work on to get them to the successful route prior to release.
Now, with the women, what type of jobs do they go out into the field? What type of trade?
Well, we have had women who are very skilled. We have had women that are plumbers, construction workers, electricians, and we've been pretty successful with them. But we also have women that have never had a job before. Mm-hmm. Employment has never been part of their lives. So sometimes we have to start from the bottom to work towards the goal of getting the job. So we have to train them within. So we have vocational training within the facility as well as restitution work, so we can feed a resume and build some type of professional balance for these women. So when we start promoting them to go out there to get employment, they have something to produce. So they can do anything from custodial work to landscaping to maintenance work, kitchen work. They do get ServSafe certified within the facility. So they get to feed a resume so they can build themselves up, so they can commercial themselves out there for employment.
Oh, okay. I know like some kids from certain neighborhoods, they say, well, Dad, Coach, I go to Dunkin' Donuts, and the lady just told me she just got a lockup, and there's a lot of adults that come from lockup start working at fast food chains, saying that they need to get to work there or else they're going back. Is that somewhat true? I don't know.
It all depends on their work experience. I mean, if they do have a work experience and they do have a skill that we can actually feed and actually, put out there, we'll help them to get there. But if it's someone that has never had employment before and no work ethics or skills, we have to start slowly but surely making them and building them so they can get employment.
Building that confidence, coming out of that street mentality.
Sure.
So Dan,
There's individuals, Coach, that come out of a spectrum of backgrounds, but the objective is, if they're working, to keep them employed and to build a resume and to move them into that process where they're working at least 40 hours a week. That's the mindset, no matter you're at the men's facility or at the women's facility. We've had people who are at Dunkin' Donuts, and that's where they start, and they move up. We've had people that have kept that job 5, 6, 7 years. We had an individual at one point that was working there and working on his associate's degree at the same time while he was inside. You have different individuals from different backgrounds, different levels of custody. You've had people with us, the Office of Probation, the Office of Parole, but the objective is education, housing, and employment. And through education, I'm talking about substance abuse, I'm talking about addressing the criminogenic factors, what we call them, whether it's anger, talking about domestic violence, substance abuse, the entire component in trying to address as many things as we can, the time they're with us before they return to the community. Because ultimately, we know for a fact they're going back out there. They're not staying with us in perpetuity.
Sure.
So anything we can do to take them one step, if they're one step above where they came in, they're making progress.
So what's the age bracket? Like, we have a lot of youth that watch our program. What's the youngest?
17.
Yep.
17.
17 years old.
17, tried as an adult, yes, sir.
I had a woman currently in my unit that turned 19 prior to getting released in my unit.
So you kids, you start doing those dumb things out in society. Don't think that automatically because you're 17 years old, you're going to a juvenile facility, okay? You're gonna go with the big boys, and you're not gonna be the big person on campus then. And then you're gonna be treading water to try to better yourself and try to get out of there. And it's not fun. It's not fun.
No.
Because it takes a while before they get to you. They have to prove themselves, right?
Correct.
So it's not, I got locked up, or they're going to send me straight to a pre-release program at all. And what would you say to, I know that Dan, you've come into the Springfield Public Schools.
I have.
And brought some of the participants from your program
I have.
into the high school.
Yep.
And they've gave their message.
They have. The objective was that has been going on quietly for quite some time, and just bits and pieces. And it's about an invitation from the staff, administration to the sheriff's department, and we'll do our best to make sure we're there and give a presentation. That's what we're about. It's about transparency and what we do. It's about the restitution, because these individuals have a message to give to kids. And you'd be surprised, no matter who the individual is, what their charge is there, most of them will say, if I can tell a kid don't do this and I can give them the reasons why, I want to do that, because it's rehabilitation for them. And what's more, it's the reentry for us, because they know, if we know for a fact, if they're not addressing it now, that question is going to come to them eventually when they get back in the community, whether it's their nieces, their nephews, their neighbors, their friends. What happened? Why did you do it? Address it now and start building that process.
And you know, I've seen the program up front, and I've had some of my students last year attend it for the first time, and I have the at-risk kids that have been incarcerated, been kicked out of school, and they took in everything that your participants from your program said and had questions, legitimate questions, because they saw themselves in those older men and women. And those kids said, you know what, Coach? I thought I had it bad. I thought I was making money in the streets. I'm not making no money in the streets. The little change. And they tell me I don't have no friends. They're not truly your friends. Because once you start getting to a certain level, if you're out there selling drugs or whatever, there's always going to be somebody that's going to want to try to take you down.
The shocking thing is enough is never enough. And we've heard it time and time again.
Absolutely.
And I know at least one of the individuals you'll hear from, that's part of their story, because it's a question I asked when I had him on a previous incarceration. I had him one point, and we went through the steps, and we got him a job. And he had another sentence. He committed another crime, was brought back in, and we talked when he came down, because he went to Department of Corrections, and then he came down to us, and we said, what can we do differently? What haven't we addressed? And I said, you were making all this money. At what point is enough enough? And is it? When is enough enough?
Right. And that's what the kids. Well, that's what the kids said. They heard his story. I believe he came in. And I heard his story, and I was like, wow. He reminds me a little bit of myself, and I don't hide things, because I had those demons in my closets. And I was like, wow, I'm lucky that I had somebody to step up, even as a man, that I could look up to and say, you know what, Steph? It ain't worth it. You don't need to be looking over your shoulder. And that's good for you kids to know. It's not a long-lasting thing when you go out and you do the negative things in life. It's not. It's not a long-term thing, because you will get caught. Absolutely. And your best friend could be it's probably your worst enemy, because they're gonna tell. They're gonna tell. So, that being said, we're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We have a couple of more, I have a couple more questions that I would like to ask the panel. Melissa, with the girls thinking that they take the rap for their boyfriends, that they're clear, they're going to get a slap on the hand.
That doesn't work anymore. I mean, I can truly say that I have had women who are doing an extreme amount of time because of that relationship with their boyfriends or husbands or, their child's
Baby
father,
mama, daddy,
right?
Whatever.
And they go with that idea that I'm going to take the rap because it's going to be less time for me, because I'm a woman, because I'm a mother, because I have children. The judge is going to see me different. And it's a matter of fact that the women lose more because of that fact, because they're mothers. They lose their children. They lose connections to the community because they're shunned. Women shouldn't be doing that. They still have that bias. And they take the same amount of time or even more for taking the rap for their boyfriends or whoever this person is in their lives.
It's sad, that sometimes guys just put that in their head. Yo, I love you.
Sure.
I'll do anything for you. And what they do is they do it. How can I say? They already have everything not written down, but already sorted out how if they get caught.
It's a plan.
It's a plan. They have a plan saying, hey, if I get caught, say it's your stuff.
Sure.
okay, because I know you love me.
The seed is planted very early on.
Yeah, and,
Yes.
and the thing is too, the women have this idea that they're going to be taken care of while they're incarcerated because they're taking time for their loved ones and they get forgotten. And it's very sad because they do not have a support system because it's a known factor that men do have girlfriends and they have other baby mama drama out there.
Right.
And women lose all those connections. And most of the time, the only support network they have is the sheriff's department staff that's guiding them through their incarceration to release.
And you know what, Melissa? Now, when you say baby mama drama, and that's all it is, because they get locked up, that man is not thinking about you. Mm-hmm. He has the next woman who he's already put those same thoughts in her head. If I get caught, you're gonna take the route. You know I got you when you locked up. Your commissary is dirt, dusty. Mm-hmm. Nobody is putting nothing in your commissary at all. And trust me, I've seen the women came into my program, and let me tell you something. Some of the stuff that they have to do and use, you won't make it. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you now, you will not make it. But we got some women on the show. I'm gonna ask them about that. I don't care. Because y'all need to know. You kids need to know. You girls need to know. You know what's funny? I see more in schools, more fights with girls.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
So I'm surprised you don't see equal amount of women as there is men.
I mean, the ratio has always been lower. But when right now, throughout my career, I have seen the numbers grow drastically when it comes to women in incarcerations. Very high numbers right now. And it's because of that factor now. It's true that in the law enforcement and legal world, they're now viewed as equals. So that has, that bias that women are going to be lesser charged or get lesser time, that's out the window. And plus now, because of the evolution of society and the evolution of people, yeah, they're also seeing themselves as equals in the street. So
well, you equally get locked up.
Yep.
You equally get locked up. You think you're grown, 17 years old, think you're grown, think you're a grown woman, okay? Go out there and do some grown women things. You're gonna be treated as a grown woman. Absolutely. You're not getting a pass nowadays. They caught up to the game, people. They caught up to the game, kids. Don't think you know more than the law. Trust me. So, that being said, gonna come back and I'm gonna have some other guests. I can't wait for this one. Thank you. Welcome back. I'm so happy to have some of the residents from the Hampden County Sheriff's Department pre-release. These people have worked very hard to get where they are right now, and they have a story to tell. And their story that they're going to talk about, maybe a story or something like that, whatever you want to call it, right? Okay. Whatever story, that they have about where they were to where they are now, from darkness to light. That's what it is. The negative stuff in their lives was when they was in darkness. Now they done found the light in their life, the positive things that they're working towards. And I'm so happy to have you guys here and for you to share your stories with these youth. So what I'm gonna say is, from my left to my right, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Jenkins, currently at WCC, pre-release right now, and still serving my time.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Quinones, and I'm a free woman.
Whoa. Now, we're going to come back to Kimberly because she said she a free woman, like Harriet Tubman or something like that. She just said she a free woman. We're going to go back to her. Mama, I'm sorry.
It's cool. My name is Jonathan Santana. I'm currently at the pre-release center, and I'm a DOC inmate, and I'm currently doing my programs.
All right, all right. Now, I said to Kimberly, I'm coming back to her. Kimberly, what you mean you're a free... What you mean you're a free woman, Kim? Please tell me. Tell the kids.
I'm back out into society. It wasn't easy, but I did my time, and when I did my time, I went to a program.
What kind of program?
It was a recovery program. It was in South Carolina. I had the judge to order me to go to this program because I knew I couldn't get clean and get off of drugs by myself because I've tried for so many years.
So, you know what, honey? I'm gonna tell you something. The road to recovery, it just doesn't stop now that you're free.
No, it doesn't.
Every day is a recovery day,
Yes,
right?
right.
Every day is not a happy day,
No, it's not.
right?
No.
Every day we have those struggles.
Yes.
And when you say, you know, that you were, I don't want to say an addict, is that appropriate?
However you want to say it.
No.
Well, yes, I was addicted to drugs, all kinds. So, you know, it doesn't offend me because I know who I am today. For years, I didn't know who I was, what I wanted to be. You know, when we're kids, we have dreams, we have hopes, we have plans. But eventually, in my story, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it. I wanted to get married, have the little white picket fence with Poodle and...
Poodle? No. Is it Poodle?
Poodle, you know, the little poodle.
Oh, I thought you was talking about Pluto from Walt Disney.
No.
I thought you was talking about... I'm sorry, y'all, I'm sorry. But everybody wants that.
Yes.
I do got a white picket fence.
You do? That's good.
I just thought about it. But it ain't about me, it's not about me. But I'm gonna come back to you, because I know because some of the questions I'm gonna ask, you're gonna be able to get deep down,
Okay.
you know. So, I'm gonna start with my man right here, because I know him, I've seen you before, I heard your story. Your story's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep. Give me a little, give the kids a little insight about your story.
Well, man, I'm from Holyoke, and I've lived everywhere. We moved from Holyoke to Florida, from Florida to Lawrence, and then the beginning of 9th grade, I moved to Holyoke, and I've been selling crack since I was like 15 years old, 14, 15 years old. I just hanged around the wrong people. I didn't want anybody to tell me what to do. I was just, I was rebellious. I was just angry at my family for moving around so much. And I never had my dad. You know, I had a step-pop who's always been there, but he was an addict and he was always in and out of prison himself. So I had nobody to, you know, show me the ropes, or show me how to be a man.
So, I know from working with kids for so many years, it's a common story. Number one, like, you not having both of your parents, now was your real father ever involved?
Nah, I've met him like 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
Met him, I remember him when I was like 7 in my aunt's house. I remember him again when I was like 12 when we were in the flats in Holyoke. And then I remember him coming out of my lawyer's office. He didn't even recognize me. I was about 23 years old. And when I wrapped up my last state sentence, I was turning 27, and I invited him to my house, and you know, we broke bread. We tried to build.
But
I've never, but I don't know him.
You really don't know him
I don't
like
know
that.
him. No, I don't know him at all.
Right, you don't know him at all.
He could walk right by me and not notice me.
Now, I know that's painful.
It happened. You know, it happened. I walked by, and it took him about like 10 seconds to walk like at least a half a block and turn around and be like, Jonathan. And I'm just like, man, it took you long enough, bro. I noticed you off rip. You didn't notice me?
But you know what? You know what, John? Many kids now, have, like I said, have that same story. They have that hurt, that pain, that they want that man in their life, you know, that biological, to answer those questions. Do you feel if you had that man in your life or had some type of relationship with him that showed that he cared about you, that he loved you, do you think it would have changed some of the outcomes that?
I most definitely would have changed some of the outcomes. I mean, I would have liked it, you know what I mean, for him to be there and let me, you know, crash and burn so he can pick me up, so he can teach me how to stand. But I never had that, so I just kept on crashing and burning. And I did the same things over and over, thinking I was gonna get a different result.
Right. What about you? Like, if I sit up there and I ask you, did you have both of your parents in your life, right?
Yes, I did.
You have both of your parents. See, and that's rare. You had the mother and the father.
Yes.
So when people say, oh, just because you're acting this way because your mother, you only had your mom. That's the only reason why you acting up. You have both. Why? Well, go ahead.
But I still make my own choices, even if I had both of my parents in my life.
Did you feel loved?
Absolutely, I did. And I come from a big family, and we all got treated the same. We was equal, but I was just hard-headed. I just wanted to do what Sabrina Jenkins wanted to do.
Well, Sabrina, listen. You were hard-headed, right?
Yes.
That hard head made a soft behind.
Absolutely.
As you got older, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It really did. You thought you were grown. Thought you were grown. And it caught up to you, right?
Yes.
That's the same thing I tell you girls. I love my girls. I love the girls that I deal with each and every day. I tell you the same thing. You think you're grown. You think you're so grown, you want to do grown woman things. You have a grown woman here saying that she thought she was grown and it caught up to her. Why? What caught up to you? What happened?
Because I wanted to live the fast life. Like, I never did like hard drugs. I could have, but that wasn't my thing. I wanted to write checks, do credit cards. I just wanted to live the life, the dream. Taking people credit cards, using their identity, that's what I did. That was my rush. That was my addiction. I drink, I smoke weed, but that wasn't, no.
You ain't want to get a job?
I did for like a week or two, but it ain't give me enough money. So I thought by going to the bank, taking this person, ID, this person, credit card, I'll get rich. But not knowing, I thought I wasn't hurting anybody because they can get it back. But eventually, in and out of jail, I realized I was hurting them, their family, their kids, and plus mines.
So you have kids?
I have one, yeah.
You have one?
Yep.
So, being on our show now, okay? Now it's gonna be on YouTube. What?
That's fine.
So when your child,
He's 10 now.
He's 10 years old.
Yep.
So he can turn to channel 12 and see it, right? So when he sees his mother, okay, out here telling her story, knowing that it may be embarrassing or whatever to him, I want you, because I'm about kids, and I love children. Give your mother a chance. So, Miss Thing, I'm back to you. Don't start crying, you know, because I'll start crying. You already cracked down my socks.
I just like what she just said, that's all.
Why?
That's
Tell
awesome.
me.
Huh?
Why? Why
mean-
did it touch you?
Because every kid wants to hear that, regardless of who their parent is or what their parent does, they want to hear that. I wanted to hear that from my parents, how much they love me, or regardless. I didn't care about where they were at or what they were doing. I just wanted to know that they loved me.
What about you, Jay?
And I've got mixed feelings about my father, because I got my step pop. He wasn't perfect, and he wasn't always there. But my real father never said "I love you" to me. To this day, I can't remember him saying "I love you." But it would have been nice to hear it though.
Man, I see each and every one of y'all right now. I know it touched me because it's hard when you never hear the word "I love you."
It is.
Or sitting up there being held by your parents saying, truly say, "I love you, baby."
It's.
And sometimes when we don't hear that, it makes us do things because we reach out for different alternatives to find love in all the wrong places.
Right.
Whoever's give us that little bit of attention, we gravitate to it.
Right.
It's fair to say?
Yes.
Fair to say. If I don't get
What did you gravitate to?
to the gang life, I gravitated to other grown men on the streets for that love, that attention.
Fellas, find somebody besides the people on the streets that say that they love you. They don't love you. The streets don't love you.
No, they don't.
Streets love you?
No.
Give me one thing that you say why the streets don't love you. Give me one.
They don't. They just like what I do. They don't love me.
They just like what you do.
Yeah.
Or what you did.
Oh, yeah, what I did. Yeah.
Did they give you comments? Did the streets give you comments to every money?
Absolutely not. No.
Not money.
No.
Not a letter.
No.
Not
Tell 'em, Jay.
Phone
Not
number,
a card.
Nothing.
I've been in and out of prison since 2007. I haven't had a whole year out since 2007, and I haven't got one card, one letter from any so-called brother or none of that. You know what I mean? No one. Only ones who stuck it out with me and his mom,
Yeah,
my
family,
sister,
yeah.
my step pop. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't no brother in the streets, no gang. I haven't got a letter, a card, a Christmas card, a birthday card. I'll be 30 on the 30th, and I ain't get a card.
We're gonna make sure you get a card, brother. Well, I'm gonna make sure you get a card because, and I had a whole bunch of things. I got a couple more questions I'm gonna ask because just the feedback that you guys have given me today, I think these kids out here and these parents, you parents need to listen to this too. Because it ain't about the kids all the time. Because the first thing they said was they wish that their parents showed them that love. Not telling them it, showing, hugging, being there for them.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna take a break right now and we'll be right back. Welcome back. I have a couple of questions. I mean, they answer pretty much everything that I wanted to ask them that I felt was relevant to the youth in our community, youth and families in our community. So I'm gonna read this. Tell me how the program has prepared you for when you are released. I already know you're already a free woman. Starting with you.
I think for me is asking for help when I feel like I can't make it or feel like something is going on or I'm stuck somewhere. Reaching out to somebody and being honest and just owning it, I think for me.
So,
Because I have like a little attitude and I'm stubborn sometimes, I'll just be like, you know what, I'm not going to do this. Right. So for me, I think before I get to that point, asking for help. But my goal is to help women. I want to help women because I don't think they don't know how to like stick up for themselves, talk for themselves. So I just want to help women knowing that voice your opinion, just have a voice.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Okay. What about you? You're already free.
Yeah.
So, but how did it help you to get where you are right now?
Well, first of all, you can only keep I can only keep what I have right now today by giving it away. But in the beginning of my recovery, I used support a lot, and I said the support system was good for me, and it still is because I have the sheriff's department that supports me. Now that I haven't gone back to jail or prison, they've allowed me to become a mentor. So I mentor the ladies that, other ladies. I try to live my life in a way to whereas they'll see something different or they'll want to do something different. But I had a lot of support, and then I was just sick and tired of living that lifestyle. So I started making goals. I started doing things that people said I couldn't do. Because, one thing people always said was that you're never going to be this, you're going to be like your mom and your dad, or men would be like, you're nothing but this and you're nothing but that. So I said, you know what, that's not me. That's not me. That's not who I am today. So now, every day that I wake up, I set a goal. Every day, all day long, I have goals, and I accomplish them. And those that I don't accomplish by the end of the day, those will be my first goals for the next day.
I think that some of the youth, you need to write what she just said down on a board or whatever. Set goals for yourself. Don't matter how high it is or how low, set a goal for yourself. If you don't reach it, that's the next goal. That's the goal that you're going to start at the next day.
Right.
It's well said. Jay, what about you?
Well, I still got some time left, so that just means I still got a lot of time to grow. And I've been doing a lot of things. I've been participating in a lot. I've been going to schools with my caseworker, and I've talked to like 2,000 kids. That's my thing. I want to talk to young men and women who think being a product of their environment is their excuse or reason to hit the streets. I'm here to show them that that's not the way, and I can, if I can show just or reach out and touch one kid, one young man, one young woman who's on that same path I was on, just one, I'm happy, man. I go to sleep with a smile, man. And
God bless you.
yeah, and it's hard, man.
It's all right, brother.
It's hard, yo, because I got a niece. I got 3 nieces, and one's 13, one's 9, and I got a 1-year-old, and my little nephew passed away before I got sentenced. So, not being there for them and not showing, not giving back. So while I'm in here, I want to give back to the youth. I want to give back. I've taken so much from the street. I've taken so much from my community. I've tore it down. Being in a gang is like, I don't know what it did. It did something to me, and it made me someone who I'm not. And It made me paranoid, angry, resentful, just and I'm not that person. And if you was to hang out with me one day, you'd be like, wow, I want this guy on my team. He's so positive. I light up a room.
You know what? I remember. Didn't you take some classes somewhere? Was that you? Yeah. Where did you take those classes, those college courses? Where did you? Listen, y'all. where he took the class, I know I couldn't go there. So that lets you know he's not no dummy.
I got well, because I didn't finish school, I had to get my GED. And I got my GED. After that, I knew I was pretty smart, so I got college credits from Amherst.
Amherst what?
Amherst College.
Amherst College?
Yeah, I got Amherst College.
Ooh.
Liberal arts and women's history, and it was challenging. It was I did better than I thought I could do because I turned one sentence and I turned it into 5 pages. So I mean, I can write. So I'm all. Ooh. It was all right.
Hey, the streets do not define the individuals.
That's right.
The individual defines the streets.
Yeah.
And that being said, you young people out there, don't look for the negative. Like I said, you define the streets. You make it happen the positive way. Help your community out. Don't be a menace to society. Do not be a menace to society. That being said, we'll be right back. Welcome back. I can't say enough about how proud I am of these 3 individuals that came on to Against All Odds. Like the name of the show is, Against All Odds. Against all odds, that's your life right now. Against all odds. That being said, I want you to, each and every one of you, give me something really quick. What are your plans after the program? After being a resident?
Once I get released, I'm going to my family's, and I want to go back to school, and hopefully I'll have a job before I leave here. So that's my plans for when I leave.
Okay. I already know you're already out. Right?
Yes.
That's all good. So tell them what you're doing.
Well, I've accomplished a great amount of things. I still have goals, but right now I'm in school. I'm getting my high set.
What's high set?
My high school diploma.
Oh, okay.
They call it high set now. I've passed all tests except I have 2 more tests to take and I'll be completed. I'm excited about that. I just got hired for a new position as a recovery specialist. And I'm excited about that. I help out in the community. I mentor men, women, children. I tell my story every day, sometimes all day long, different parts. Because like you said, if I can just reach one individual, and it's all about, I've changed my attitude, because an attitude is like a tire on a car. If your tire goes flat, where can you go? So I had to change my attitude. So today my attitude is not here, it's here.
No, that's right.
Excuse me, girl. And listen, we're going to stay in touch.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Because a coach can only say from a man's perspective. I can't say from a woman's perspective. And you're a specialist. You became a specialist.
Yes.
You're a specialist of your past.
Yes.
Okay? Why don't you, Jack?
I got a few plans when I get out, but hopefully before I get out, I have some type of degree in human resources so I can, get my foot in the door to talk to the youth, reach out, get out there with Eddie Case and work with the little kids from South Holyoke, because that's where I'm from. And I don't know, I just want to help. That's it.
Keep pushing.
That's all I can
Only
do.
one that can help the community is those, the way I feel, only people that can help the community or really get deep inside the community is those that have been into the community.
Right.
It starts from the middle school kids on up for them to be able to trust and to hear our stories from where we were to where we are now is a blessing. That being said, I'll be right back with a little closing. Thank you. Welcome back. First of all, I would like to thank the Hampden County Sheriff's Department for coming today and bringing some wonderful residents from their program. Secondly, I want to dedicate this show to my brother, Howard Stout, who passed away yesterday morning. Thanks again for watching Against All Odds, where we bring children and family issues from darkness to light.